So, end of the last episode, we set up the location for Boulder Field, and that was not correct. So I do need to make a correction. Mistakenly, I thought we were at White Sky, but I didn't remember. We were actually at Golden Shore, completing the end of the rain mission, the flood mission. So in order to get to Spire from Golden Shore, we are going to need to go to Mount Nim, the Fractured Wall, Philosopher's Garden, and then to the Spire. So that's going to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that'll be the quickest way. So I've set up for Mount Nim. I have drawn my cards as the ranger. And we are going to move forward. So part of the setup for this was the lead ranger draw a card. So when you I got the Tenebrae, maybe. When you perform a test that interacts with the card in the same area as this feature, reduce your effort by 1. So it's a little bit of a, and that is 88 in the book. So let's read about that card. As you walk into a clearing, a sinking sensation fills your chest, and each beat of your heart adds to your unease. You look up and see the dreaded specters known collectively as the Tenebrae drifting slowly overhead. Sound of life grow still under their shadow. You hear a near inaudible sound that claws at the edges of your perception like a chorus of labored breaths wheezing through a single narrow aperture. Interesting. And I didn't read the book for Mount Nim because we've already been there, and obviously didn't want to go ahead and reread that. So, okay, we are traveling on the mountain path. I'm going to flip over a card from the path deck. We got Shale Scree, which is an obstacle. Up the slope of the shifting rocks to add 3 progress to this feature for every 2 effort. If you fail, resolve the mountain challenge effect. Move it to within reach. All right. Fair enough. And then I do have the Tenebrae. I do need to get 3 progress on there first to get rid of that. So I think the first thing I'm going to do, because otherwise I won't be able to do enough effort on the other one, is I'm going to do 3. I did decide to start with an extra one of these. Insightful tract. Fuck it, I'm gonna put all 4. And I'm glad I did. Because -1 does that. Discard a rain from this for each one of those. And then I flip the card over. And then I do suffer a fatigue. Alright. Scramble. So this goes here. It's an awareness test plus any of that symbol. So let's go ahead and do one aware. I'm actually going to do this. One awareness and discard that because it's going to have two of those symbols, which, yep. So scramble up the slope, add 3 progress to this feature for every 2 effort. So that's 1 effort, 2 effort, 4 effort. For every 2 effort, I add, and then, yep, so that goes away. And I have this overlook the surrounding valley to choose a nearby pivotal location, attach 1 card. I'm not going to do that, but I am going to do a focus and a remember test and discard insightful to do actually a remember 2. So that'll go 1. Scout Ranger cards equal to my effort, and I draw 1. So I'm going to take bold. And then, we're going to go ahead and end it there. Well, let's see, do I have any cards I can put out that are going to be worth? Nope. Alright, so let's go. Alright, throw my fitness back on. Throw my focus back on. Draw a card for the refresh. Refresh, add 2 rain tokens to this. I got agitated meadowlarks. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and do another remember test. Put the translocator back. Flip over. Nice, so it's a remember of 3. I'm going to take the trail mix. Spin the 2 more to fit. Put that on that. Play that card. It allows me to exhaust a morsel. So I get to choose a ranger. That ranger soothes fatigue equal to the number of fit in their energy pool. So I'm going to put the 2 there. I'm going to try a connect test on this agitated meadowlarks. So that's going to be both of those plus, we'll do both of those for the compassions. So -1, so I'm glad I did. It goes away. And then we will reset. Gotta add 2 more tokens on it. So it does have 4 more. Flip that over. that gets some clouds put on it, so it'll be 4 clouds. And then refresh all of my tokens, energy tokens. And then I'm going to draw a card. Okay. To draw one from here, so we got a pouncing Aatrox predator. It does have an ambush. Yeah. So that we need to kind of get rid of. You know what? I'm just gonna get out of here, I think. So let's exhaust this guy. So I'm gonna attempt an avoid test for 2. Plus that symbol. Do I have any of those symbols? I actually do. But I think I wanna... Yeah, I'll get rid of that. So that's an avoid test of actually 3. Perfect, I only needed 2, so he goes like that. This does come up, and I do exhaust one of these. Now I'm going to do a traverse test, spending that, plus my 3 to take a traverse test. Yep, and I am going to succeed, putting 5 on the location and choosing to travel. So, yep, I'm gonna end the round and travel. Draw a card for that. Get rid of this. And get rid of all of these. Okay, stick the path cards for the valley back in the deck. I'm still traveling on a mountain path, but I will take the items for the fractured wall. So okay, so let's go ahead and shuffle again. Whoops. And I'm going to take this off. Find me the fractured wall location. Now this just requires me to put my Ranger token. That's gonna be tough because I don't have a lot of focus. We'll see. Alright, let's set up the backing on this. Search the path deck for the next obstacle and put it into play. Okay. And then I'm gonna put this guy into play. Agitated Meadowlark. Okay. So I think the first thing I want to do is I want to search the deck for whatever I can find to remember. So that's going to be a remember test. So that's going to be my focus plus any triangle, which I don't have. So let's just hope I don't fail. -1, so do I have to give a card back? No, just kidding. Awful. It's a -2 on there, so I'm definitely not succeeding that test. I will spend a morsel to restore fatigue up to my fitness. So I grab these back. Okay, do want to try to get rid of this. So I will perform a connect test on that. So that'll be spirit plus get the heart. All right, that works out well. But I do have to fatigue another card. And then this, I succeed the connect test, gets 3 with the 3 that it's acquired. I do have this obstacle here. So, so that requires me to move my, so let's do this. This required me to move my ranger token to that feature when it enters play. It says when this feature enters play, each ranger moves their ranger token to it as you make your way into the passages carved into the massive pieces of the stone. So I have an awareness test, which is circumnavigate, to remove it from this feature, but I can also remove it with progress. I am going to do a traverse test. I need 3 per ranger, so I'm going to spin those plus this 1 extra to do a traverse test to try to get at least a 3. I had spent 4 effort, but I only needed 3. That's a -1, so this will come off as well. Now, we're going to end the round. Don't have any real awareness test I can do, although I will exhaust my character real quick to spin that, so that way when we end the round we can unexhaust. I just added another morsel to the aid card there, and then we're going to put the spirit and the focus all the way back as well. Now, let's see. Draw a path card here. Fractal wire. It's another obstacle. So I'm going to spend this to try a remember test. Perfect. So this goes away. Got the order of the sheepdog. And this goes away. It's just healing touch. Let's see. I should go ahead and get the sheepdog out for the 2 spirit. Let's see. And I need to. Oh, exhausted. That is an obstacle. Huh. So I got a focus test to break the blended coils to add your 1 damage to this feature for every 2 effort. If you fail, suffer 1 injury. So for every 2 effort, I think I'm gonna go and do that because it's focus plus that symbol, which I do have 2 of. And then we're just gonna, well, let me see. Yeah, so we're just gonna do that. And it is a 0, which means I do get to break this for every 2 effort, of which I spent 4, so it adds 2 damage to that, and it goes away. Time to rest again. I just don't have any use for the fitness here yet. Rest, draw a card. I got insightful. After you succeed at a test in which you commit this attribute, you may suffer 1 fatigue to add it back to your hand. Alright, let's do draw a card. Another pouncing Aatrox. And let's see, we're gonna exhaust him, the sheepdog, to add 2 progress to this. I'm gonna spend 1 fitness to try and, yep, pet the dog. And I soothe 1 fatigue. I use him again. Add 2 more. We're gonna try to pet him again. Yep, that worked out. Get to soothe another fatigue. And then we'll exhaust him again. Ultimately get 6 and get rid of him. Gonna do a remember test here. So let's remember, try to remember anyway. Yep. Got a homeward bound. Move all progress from a being to a feature. Perfect. And then I'm gonna end the round. So put these back. This back. Whoops. Take this out. Get the intention translator. Cool. And then draw a card and ready this. I got a Solaro Mako Archaeologist. It's 53 in the book. Let's read it. If you're on the Archaeology mission, and all options are checked off, go to 50.3. If you prove Solaro's hypothesis, go to 53.1. Otherwise, go to 53.2. Let's see. I think we have proved Solaro's hypothesis. 53.1. You found Solaro once again, deeply entranced in his work. This time, though, he seems particularly intrigued by what looks like the shell of a giant power coupling protruding from a crack in the wall some 2 meters above him. He doesn't seem to notice you as you approach until 2 cracks underneath your feet. "Oh," he says, and then relaxes. "It's you. Actually, just the person I wanted to speak with." "Well, really, I'd love to speak with whomever engineered these pressure sensors, or better yet, who removed them. They appear to have been worn away shortly before the dam broke and the valley flooded. Clear Solid progress, asking needs any help with his research." Okay. So we'll go ahead and let's do another, let's do the blue. So we're going to try another test here. Does not work. Okay, that's fair. Let's do a connect test with Solaro. This goes away. Flips over. Does cause me to fatigue. And I connect with 2. But I will always do the order of the sheepdog and connect with 3. So now, let's ask him about his work. The sizzle of live wires buzzes through the air, and a sharp yelp sends you twirling around to find Solaro leaping back from a large chunk of rubble from the fractured wall. "Still alive, definitely still alive. I'm fine, though don't worry. You worry," he cries. You help him to his feet and ask about his experiment. "See, I picked up what turned out to be not so faint traces of energy still humming through the dam's superstructure, which I believe must have been disrupted across the valley." He pauses for a moment, then his eyes widen. "You wouldn't happen to be heading back to, say, Spire or Branch, or White Sky by any chance?" He smiles sheepishly. "It's just to have a time-sensitive hypothesis to unravel." Agree to help. So yeah, I'm going to discard all progress, and we'll add the helping hands mission to him, because we are going to this fire. So now he gains persistent. Let's go ahead and let's be done. So add this back to get this. Oh, Artel's vaulting rod. That's nice. And let's flip over a card, and I do get what I was hopefully trying to find. So Spider Line Station. During your turn, if your Ranger token is on this feature, you may treat obstacles as they did not have the keyword obstacle. When you travel, if all of the Ranger tokens are on this feature, you may travel up to 2 location paths away. Use the terrain pass to the second path when building the deck, which is nice, because if I can get on there, since I am at Fractured Wall, it would allow me to travel 2 away to the Spire. So 1, 2, using this old growth path set to the Spire. So that would be the old growth path set. So let's see if I can get my brace yourself for the ride to move to the feature. So basically, it's a to try to get my Ranger token onto this, I do need to do a spirit test. It's a brace test. So it's spirit plus any triangle symbol I discard. I need a 3 or higher. So I immediately do have 2 spirit. Do I have any triangles? I do. So I am also going to discard both of these. And then we'll flip over. Let's do, yeah. So it's a +1. Ready the feature. Ready the feature with the highest presence. So it is already. So this does go. Now I need to try to. Get the helping hand mission. Let's get him back here. He's persistent. Let's get. Okay, so I gotta have 4 of that symbol, which I don't. Oh, I think I can get. Okay. So we're gonna discard focus, and then we need 4 of that symbol. So let me just discard. I'm gonna discard almost everything with that symbol. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I just need at least a 4. Perfect. So that allows me to damn, that doesn't work. Well, I don't think I can do that because my feature's got to be at both. Or my ranger token's got to be at both. So it's got to be here to travel, which means it won't be on here, which means I can't travel up the 208. Let me see something here. Let's see. After all rangers have rested, you may decide as a group if you'd like to travel around the valley, visit new locations, discover people. Each location card has a progress threshold on the right-hand side of the card. If the card has a number of progress tokens, yeah, I just need to travel because it's not going to work otherwise. So, yeah, get this out of the way. Pouncing. Get these out of the way. And then it's going to go to Philosopher's Garden. So that is a wooded path. Okay, let's build the new path deck. Add a couple of people from the valley here. And then let's get the wooded path deck out. And then we're going to get the Philosopher's Garden location set up. I'm trying not to spend as much time here. Philosopher's Garden. Lead Ranger for arrival set. Lead Ranger draw 1 path card. It enters play face down along the way. Treat face down cards as features with the obstacle keyword. Huh. So I gotta get rid of that. And then on refresh, I will flip the. Okay, so it's gonna immediately be obstacle, and it is along the way. So let's do this. I think. Treat face down cards as features with the optical keyword in the presence of one. They gain the following test and identify the nature of the manifestation before. Okay, so we got to do an awareness test. So these come back because we decided to travel. Do also draw a card from the end of the. Okay, so let's do this awareness test here. Will cause me to exhaust a card because I have this hit the buck in between. I will go ahead and do the awareness test. It's an awareness of 2. Okay, so that is a -1. So that test. And let's go Tenebrae. So yeah, that's interesting. I need 4 R. So I am actually, I think what I'm going to do is just travel and then just take the discard on the cards. So that is a fitness traverse. I need a 4. And I need any of that symbol. So I do have that symbol here, which is the Artel's Molting Rod, plus the 3. Do I have any cards that allow me to add? No. Let's see what this last card is. Hey, it's a +1. So that succeeds. I am going to choose to then travel away from this location. But I do have to exhaust 3 cards for that test. Now, I'm going to be at the Spire. So that'll be the old growth. So let me add the cards for the Spire and put the old growth path into play. And we're going to shuffle all of these together. Let's try the location. Let's read the location for the Spire. It's 5 in the book. If Solara Mako is in play, go to 5 here, Papa. If Tala Reed is in play, go to that. So let's go back and see. Oh, okay. I gotta find Earthborn. So that's gonna be Path Deck Assembly. Do not add the Spire. Oh, that's right. So I don't add the Spire cards to the Path Deck. So let me go back. They formed their own deck, I remember now. Shuffle it separately and set it face down next to the path deck. This is the Spire deck. Arrival setup, draw 1 path card. And you would draw one path card if you're... Okay, yeah. So I gotta get my guy there to... Gotta get the hanging cherry wood moss. The hanging cherry moss. So I gotta get my token here to enter the bustling town, and then it allows me, when I would draw a path card, if it's on there, I can draw a Spire card instead. So that would be a fitness test. So these come back because I traveled. Also, because I traveled, I would have drawn a card. Perfect. I'm gonna spend a morsel to exhaust, and I'm gonna refresh or 3 of these cards here. Let's see. I'm gonna spend all 3 of these to attempt and these should be on here for when I exhausted. It's got the gathering storm sign, so flip this over. Spirit. So it's nothing. Perfect. So it says if there's an active mammal, exhaust it and add yep, there's none. Oh wait. Yeah, there's an active mammal. Exhaust it and add progress to it and damage to this feature. I guess this counts as an active mammal. Guess and damage to that feature. Anyway, I did do the fitness test. That so it did allow me to move my ranger token there to enter. Gonna do another one of these remember tests. Do not have any of those to discard, so let's just hope. +2, that works. I'm gonna take the Riri the Sparrowhawk, which is what I've been trying to get. I'm gonna spin the 2 awareness to put him out. And then we're gonna go back and refresh. Now because my feature is on there, I can choose to draw from this deck instead, which I will. I got the Das Ambitious Shaper. Not who I'm looking for, but good news is, and I get to draw a card from here. I would have put 2 more onto that, so that flips over. I do get to do a survey test. Let's go ahead and unexhaust this. So an exhaust, spend an energy. One of these to add a token, spin that token, and exhaust to withdraw these back into my hand. I did that so I could get rid of the vaulting rod for, yeah. So I can spend it for that, for the survey test, making it 3 effort. Perfect. So I draw 3 cards. And then I'll get to choose which one to put into play. And I need to get to that, who do I need to talk to? Elder Orland. So yes, that's who I needed. Okay, I've got her in play. That is going to be 60. So let me go ahead and read 60 in the book. If you completed lore, blah, blah, blah. Otherwise, go to 60.2. Clear Elder Orange and ask her if she needs help. I did this wrong. So let's see, journey. Oh, I was supposed to read this. 1.50 when I arrive at the location for the journey mission. Arriving at Spire, go to 108. Well, let's go ahead and ignore all the other stuff I just did. I was supposed to go to 108 when I got there. So here's what it says. At the end of your travels, the tower at the center of the spires never looked more welcoming. You couldn't shake the haunted look on Calypso's face when she saw those corpses. And ever since that day, you felt a presence like a patient predator lurking in the underbrush, pounding your every step. Gain the Watcher in the Brush mission and complete the Journey the Spire mission. So let's go ahead and put the Journey the Spire mission. We're going to be completed. I'm going to mark that on my campaign tracker. And then it tells me to gain Watcher in the Brush mission. So let's go to missions and getting the Watcher in the Brush. Got it here. The journey mission completes. Also, I've got this helping hand mission that'll complete as well. This is clear the mysterious Verdescent with progress. Add the mysterious Verdescent to the path deck. You know what I'm going to do here? I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to go ahead and reset. And backtrack a little bit. Due to the fact that, let's see, I'll put these back into the deck here, that I kind of misread some stuff. So we're going to act like we're starting fresh at this location. And we're going to put this into play. And then I think, well, actually it'll be this. But good to know what's coming next. Alright, let's read on. As you cross the bridge to the center of town, Ben Amon, pilot of the Swift and Master Artificer, joins you. Hello there, Elder Thrush. Asked that I come to the spire to check on the hydroelectric turbines just in case they suffered any damage during the flood, he says. What brings you here? You explain what brought you here, and his smile fades. Without delay, he accompanies you to see Elder Orrin. You find Elder Mora Orlin in the heart of the carbon forge, bent over an air lathe with a heavy piece of carbon in her powerful hands. When she sees you, she shuts off the howling machine and straightens. What is it? She growls. Her flirty stare never wavers as you describe the strange beings with the eyeless faces and dangerous-looking claws. When you finish, she grunts and nods to you at Ben Amon. My mother told me about these. When we first came over the passes into the valley, our people encountered beings like the ones you described, vicious biomelds. They called them reclaimers. You ask why? Reclaimers. You ask why? Reclaimers? I'm not certain, says Elder Orlin, but they are biomelds like the caustic mulcher and the toxin eater. And like all biomelds, they serve an ancient purpose. Perhaps they are compelled to capture something they perceive to be lost, or they search for some possession they believe to be theirs. The best way to discover the answer is to find them and observe their behavior. When you head out into the valley, keep your eyes open. If you find reclaimers, see what you can learn about them. Ben Amon clears his throat. Elder Orlin, searching the valley could take weeks. If we want to know where they are, I set up a scanning rig. We just need to We just need to place a few relays around the valley, and I can sweep for these reclaimers. Elder Orlin shakes her head and gives Ben a bemused look. Sensors, always sensors. We have all the sensors we need right here. She taps her chest. And here. She taps her temple. Use your instinct. Use your intellect, and you will find them. Ben doesn't waver. Elder is a big valley. If we don't send some sort of help, they could hike within a mile of a swarm of these things, and you never know it. He turns to you. What do you think? Do you want to spend weeks searching the valley for these things, or do you want to discover exactly where they are in just a few days? Oh, man. We're going to go ahead and end it here. I have two choices. I can agree with Ben Amon, or I can agree with Elder Orlin and rely on your senses. So I've got two options here, and when we return, we will figure out which option we're choosing, and then I will finish the helping hand mission for the archaeologist.